Welcome to Fundamental 4, a course where you will learn the 4 fundamental strikes that you absolutely need to master. You start with these 4 strikes and you die with these 4 strikes. These 4 strikes are your foundation, the ones that you absolutely need to learn, and you need to master them. You need to be so good with them that you can throw them without thinking, and then you have the muscle memory. Once you have that, then you continue training them for the rest of your life. You never stop with these 4. These 4 strikes are your jab, your cross, your lead hook, and your rear uppercut. These 4 are everything, and all the other strikes are built on top of that. So before you go into learning anything else, these 4 you need to absolutely master, and you need to drill them and you need to train them from here on out, starting as a beginner, and you continue training them until you're done. So in this course I will show you how to throw these 4 strikes correctly. We're going to start with the stance, and I'm going to show you how to assume a proper fight stance, the one that's going to maximize your damage and minimize the damage that you receive. I'm going to show you from the ground up where to keep your feet, how to keep your balance, where the knees and the body and the hips have to be positioned, where to keep your hands, and where to keep your head. Then we're going to move on to the 4 strikes. We're going to start with the jab first. The jab is your bread and butter. It is the most important strike you need to master. The jab sets up everything else. So I'm going to show you how to throw the jab correctly with all the proper body mechanics, and how to throw with speed, with proper defense at the same time, how to retract back. Then we're going to move on to the cross. The cross is a power shot. I'm going to show you everything how you need to correctly throw the cross while keeping yourself with minimum amount of damage on the counter, and how to actually generate the power from the legs to your hips with the body, and how to connect with the fist, because the power does not come with the fist. The power comes from the ground, through your legs, to your hips, through the torque, and the hand is just a delivery mechanism. So I'll show you how to actually generate power on your cross and all the proper body mechanics for it. Then we're going to move on to the lead hook. I'm going to show you how to throw the lead hook and where the power comes, the mistakes that most people make, and I'll show you of course the mistakes that most people make with every strike. So with the proper body mechanics you can generate a lot of power on the lead hook with just a body twist, because everything comes from the hips, from the legs. That's where the body, that's where the power comes in, through the body. And then for the 4th strike is going to be an uppercut, the rear uppercut. And I'm going to show you where to get the power from, the proper body mechanics, how to protect yourself as you throw. So everything is covered for every single strike, from body positioning to the speed to the power, where to keep your hands, how to come back, how to reset. Everything is covered that you need to know, because these 4 are your foundation. So it's extremely important that you master these 4 before you start throwing any other combinations or any other strikes. You need to have these 4 down. Then we're going to move on to the 4 combinations. So you have 4 strikes, and then I'm going to show you the 4 combinations that you should begin to drill and begin to incorporate into your drilling, into your technique, into your training. And the 4 combinations are going to be your jab, and I'm going to show you a different variation on the jab, double jab, a step-in jab, and how to throw them properly. Then the combination number 2 is going to be a jab cross. Very important strike, and the most fundamental combination that you need to know is a jab cross. Jab sets up the cross, cross is your power shot for a knockout. 3rd combination is going to be a 3-punch combination, and it's going to be jab, cross, hook, lead hook. And then the 4th one is going to be jab, cross, lead, rear uppercut. So you're going to progress from 1 strike combo to a 2, 3, and a 4 strike combo, basically taking the 4 strikes, the foundation of everything that you do, and then putting them into training combinations. Then we'll move on to, I'm going to show you tips and drilling techniques on shadow boxing, and how to begin to implement the punches and the combinations into your training. So I'm going to show you shadow boxing and everything you need to do, and how to begin to train them and incorporate into your training. And then we're going to move on to the bag. The bag is going to be an essential component of your training because it'll allow you to gauge distance, work power, work speed, and you have something to hit. You'll have ability to make contact and deliver with power and speed. So I'm going to show you how to gauge distance on the bag. Common mistake people do is they crowd the bag, and I'm going to show you how to deliver all the punches and tips on how to work the bag properly using these 4 fundamental strikes. So a lot is covered in this course. I tried to put as much of everything that I've known and trained and continue to train with these 4 strikes and the 4 combinations. And I've been training these strikes for over 2 decades. And I still, to this day, I drill them the same way that I'm going to show you. So in this course, you will learn the 4 fundamental strikes, the 4 fundamental combinations, how to begin to incorporate them into your training. So from here on out, these are your bread and butter. These are your foundation. You start with them, you die with them, and you continue drilling them for the rest of your life. So let's begin with the first video, which is going to be how to assume a proper fight stance.